Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can make your own little neat and tidy little useful storage container, and this is good for fishing or camping. If you're fishing, it's particularly good for storing hooks, shots, swivels, that sort of thing, really small items, and you can use it as a keyring, and it can also be used for camping stuff too. So this is just made out of a couple of old plastic bottles. So first off, you're going to need 2 plastic bottles that are the same, exactly the same bottles, and then you want to take off the lids and remove those plastic bands around the bases of the lids. I used a knife just to cut them off. The next thing is to cut just under that thick lip of plastic on the bottle, and for that I'm using a hacksaw, cutting as flush to it as I can. And then we want to remove that excess, and for that I used some sandpaper on a flat surface and just kept rubbing it until it met flush with that thick rim of plastic. And then I used the knife just to clean up any rough edges. So to join these 2 pieces together, I've got some super glue and I'm getting plenty around that lip. There's plenty of surface area there on both sides. I've added glue, and then I can squeeze them together and then add a squeeze clamp just to keep it still for the next stage. Next I added more super glue just around that join rim. Next I wanted to add a ring to one of the lids, and this will allow for a sort of key ring later on. So I'm using an awl in the center of one of the lids, or the caps, and then I can screw the little ring down into the cap so that the thread goes all the way through to the other side. And then to lock that into place, I added plenty of hot glue all around that thread. And then I added more hot glue around the rim of the cap so that I could screw it on and fix it into place permanently, because this side will never need to be opened. And I also added a bit of super glue just for good measure to get a nice solid fixing. Now for adding a chain through, I've got this off an old keyring, and I added another key ring onto that. And that was it all finished. Okay, so that's about it then for this video. So there you have it, a neat and tidy little useful container, and because it's made of the ends of the bottles, that's where the really strong plastic is, so it's really rigid and strong. If I squeeze on it, it doesn't give, feels nice and sturdy, and with the hot glue this ring will probably never come out. It's nice and solid in there. Great little useful container for shots, hooks, swivels, that sort of thing. And if you do drop it in the water, because it's got air inside it, and it's closed, sealed up, it'll probably float as well. So ideal if you want to carry small items on the move, and you can just put it on your keyring with your keys. So if you did find this video useful, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos, fishing DIY related videos, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.